Hello crafty cuties, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Jessica and I am happy that you are here. I'm excited to be sharing with you my first color throwdown video, and today I'm going to be using a brand new mermaid stamp from the Greeting Farm with some Simon Says stamp ink and some Copic markers. So I will have all of the colors listed below that I use. And I'm just starting out by stamping this mermaid on some watercolor paper. I was thinking that I would watercolor her, but I changed my mind and I still like to use watercolor paper. I will be speeding things up here just because we do have a lot to go over in this video. I was super excited to do this water shaker card for you guys today. I've seriously been dreaming about this card. I know that sounds silly, but I dream about a lot of different projects that I want to do. So like I said, I'm not a pro at Copic coloring. Actually, I don't think I said that yet, but it's true. I am just keeping it pretty simple. Even with the hair, I only use one color of red, and I don't think I actually mentioned the colors for this challenge are red, green, and white. And then on the blog, it does say that you can use neutral colors as well. But I was a little intimidated by red and green at first because I was thinking, how can I make a card with red and green and not have it look like Christmas? But I got this stamp in the mail today and it just came to me, and I was super excited to use red and green for this. And also, the great thing is I normally wouldn't choose these colors, but I absolutely love how this came out. So the only thing that I do for blending really is when I am trying to blend two colors, I just go back and forth over those colors, back and forth, and the Copic markers honestly are so easy to work with that they blend really easily. After she's all colored, I just covered her in some Wink of Stella for extra shimmer, and now I am taking my black marker and just going around the edges to make it look finished. So here is my very top of the shaker card. I did cut that scalloped circle out using my Cameo, but you can use a die or you can even use just a craft blade and cut out a circle if that's all you have. Just use what you have. Now I'm going to take this scalloped stencil and the Distress ink in Pumice Stone and just go ahead and do some very easy ink blending. I wanted to have some color to the front of the card, but I didn't really want to use another color that was going to clash. So I actually saw Amy R from PrariePaper and Ink use Pumice Stone with the red and green on the card she was doing, and I really liked it, and I get a lot of inspiration from her channel. So that was what I ended up doing, and here I am moving on to the sentiment. I am using a little strip of vellum paper, and the sentiment I am going to stamp in the Versamark Watermark ink because I'm going to be embossing it with a green embossing ink just to kind of go along with the colors here. I think I said embossing ink, but I meant embossing powder. And so now I am just sprinkling over the powder. I'm going to shake it off and use my heating tool. And I'm just going to heat that up until it is all melted and shiny. You can kind of see when I put it in the light how it's all shiny and complete. Now we're moving along to the shaker. Now just think of this as a normal shaker. It's actually really simple. You're going to basically use the same things that you do for a regular sequin shaker. So I have my plastic here. I'm using a little plastic envelope or a plastic bag. You could also use a Ziploc bag and that would work great, like one of the smaller ones. And I am using my fuse tool. But if you don't have a fuse tool, you can still make this work. So now I'm going to work on my little mix of sequins, and I am just using some sequins and some glitter, and I'm going to be using hand sanitizer for this. Now you could also use like hair gel or glycerin. I was wanting my shaker to be thicker than water, and I actually ended up making mine pretty thick. I just wasn't too sure how the water was going to be by itself, and so I thought that the gel would work really well. So I'm just dumping my little mixture into my bag, and I'm going to fill this up with hand sanitizer, and then you will see that I add a little bit of water, and then I go back and add some more hand sanitizer. I just add little bits at a time because I did not want to overdo it. So just keep adding little bits back and forth until you get the right consistency that you are looking for. Now you do want to be sure not to make it too full. So once I was happy, it was time to seal my bag. I used this really old clipboard to help hold the bag just right. And I'm going to grab my fuse tool and go ahead and fuse a line at the very top. I did not seal my bag yet. And then of course, if you were just using a Ziploc bag, you could just secure it like that. And I would suggest using some very heavy packaging tape. Now you can see here that I am going to fold over and seal my bag after I made that first fuse line. And then I am going to stick it back into my clipboard, and I want to fuse one more line across just to be sure, because I do not want this gel water mixture going anywhere. I was having issues with my fuse tool. The little roller is not rolling anymore, but it worked. It was fused shut. It was good to go. And now I am going to add some tape to the very top just because I really want to make sure that this is not going to leak if that fused area came apart. Now it is time to assemble our card. I forgot to mention my card is an A2 size, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I am rounding the corners to the very top panel of the shaker card. And now it is time to add the water packet to the back of the shaker front. So I'm using some double-sided tape here. This is Scor Tape. I really love Scor Tape. It's permanent, it's easy to use, and it's double-sided. So I'm going to just remove the backings of all of the tape, and then I can just place that water packet on top. And I did realize that I wanted my little gel sequin mixture to be more in the middle. So what I did was I pushed all of that gel up into the middle, and then I'll just take a piece of tape and just tape that bottom area so that it's flat down. And this will ensure that the sequin water gel mixture stays up in the middle window. So there's what it looks like. I really love it. I was kind of hoping that there was going to be more movement, like you can squish it around and it does eventually move around while it's standing up, but I did want to be safe and not use too much liquid water because I was just a little nervous about it leaking and I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. So at least I know for next time I can feel confident enough to use a more watery mixture. So now I'm going to line the back panel with some foam tape. And I'm just using some Tombow foam tape, and I will go ahead and line every part of the back. And now it is time to add my little sentiment. So I'm going to just kind of get an idea of where everything is placed, and I will wrap around the edges. This is a really good way to adhere vellum pieces so that you cannot see any of the tape on the front. And I didn't show, but I just taped it on the back there where that foam tape was. And now it is time to adhere that shaker card down to the front panel of the card. I went ahead and used some black and white striped designer paper. It was a little bit different, and I don't really know why I thought this was going to go together, but I really like it. I think it's different. It's not super, beachy, mermaidy, but I really like it, and I am now just checking to see where everything is going to sit, and I'm going to use my Tombow Mono liquid glue to adhere this mermaid to the front. Once she's glued down, it's time to add some finishing touches. I'm adding some sequins. I was super excited to add those black and white sequins. I felt like they really tied in the black and white card base. And I'm going to quickly finish off the inside of the card with a stamp set from Sweet Stamp Shop. And then I'm going to use some glossy accents for her little hair band and for the shell. And that completes this card. I had such a fun time making this. I really hope that you guys will try one of these shakers. And if you do, let me know how it went. I would love to see your creations. And I had a super fun time being a part of this challenge. I cannot wait to do more of these challenges, and I'm super happy that I was able to find out about it from Amy because I love her channel and this was just super fun. So thanks for watching, and if you are new to my channel, I would love for you to check out some of my other videos. I upload all the time and I always have crafty videos for you guys. So I will see you in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.